Wow, the German Weimar. I heard it was the most broken cruiser. Is it right to get it next month? I'll get paid then to get it. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Fist of Fury 6092, and it's a sad day to be German, and it's a sad day for anyone who doesn't own this particular boat that we are talking about today. And of course, if you tell by the title, audience, we are talking about the Weimar. And with me today too, but I also have some friends that I have muted because they're playing a different game, so in case of your audience, so that way you wouldn't get confused on the topic. And also with us, like I said, is our good old Canadian Chunks.
Hello, I'm back yet again. I'm slowly invading his videos.
Hey, I'd rather have a boat expert too. I'm not good at this
Hey, let's
game.
go.
I mean, I just try to review it as an average normal Joe. But anyway, off topic. So you're probably if anyone who's new to this, you're probably saying, Fury, I don't know warships. What's the Weimar? Well, the Weimar, we're already got on screen right now, is a Tier 6 German cruiser. And there's a lot to talk about here, audience. We'll get in some games so that way I won't bore you to death in this topics and stuff, but I'm just getting rid of the topics real quick. Yeah, the Weimar is a Tier 6 cruiser for Germany. Now, it has like moist gun, like literally they're low caliber guns, but they have an insane number of guns. And it has sonar and of course premium earnings like an average Tier 6. So you're probably saying to yourself, why is this boat being removed, Fury? Well, for those who don't know, the Weimar's getting removed because it's broken. Yes, you heard me correctly. Out of every boat you see in the game, this cruiser is like, okay, we can't deal with this. And why is that? Well, according to what Chunk says and according to what paper says,
Some of the highest penetration of
yeah,
HE in the game.
I know. I caught myself saying that. My apologies, Audie. I'm just flustered by this, and you'll heal my rage in a minute. Highest penning HE in the game, which is fucking crazy for a German, cruiser. So, in other words, any cruiser it comes up to cross will easily get Citadel, any cruisers, and easily Citadel destroyers with HE. That's insane. Now, according to that, yes, it's broken in that way, but wargaming, out of many years of this game, like this is going on 2 or 3 years, isn't it, Chunks?
World of Warships? I think it's going on 3 years.
Yeah, so 3 years. Now, mind you, keeping the same argument what I'm saying here, every ship that has came out is still in the ships. Now, granted, there's some that are not there, like the German Tier 3 battleship, the some Tier 7s, some Tier 4s are not here. But the problem is here, like they could be either in stores, which it won't be in the marketing on this, it will be on the Xbox store, or they were considered too broken and they come out eventually. Like the Tier 3 German battleship comes out every Halloween for like this year, well actually I should say last year, it was very cheap. So I would recommend if you had that ship, I would recommend keeping it. But anyway, off topic of that, the thing I liked about it is the fact is no matter what ship you have, as long as it's not an event ship, you can get these ships anytime you want. There's boats in here from the beginning of this game, and they are still there. Unlike tanks, this one actually keeps it. Now, the reason why I love it is because, well, not many people can afford these goddamn boats, but the fact is, it's just also like if you have a job and you need to take care of stuff, there's no need to worry. Until now. Because Wargaming announced that the Weimar is too goddamn broken. Okay.
Now, if I could just go into detail a bit about why exactly they're claiming that it's broken,
Yeah, this is
would that
probably
be
going to be
fine?
just no, that's fine. But I'm just going to say it right now, audience. I might be going back and forth with Chunks, and this is not an argument. I'm not fighting with my friend. I'm open-minded to everybody, but we both agree on both of us why they're doing that. But go ahead and get going, Chunks. I'm going to play a game so you
So
guys can watch.
the whole situation that they're having with the Weimar specifically is German HE is special in the situation of most HE shells, from how I understand it, are divided by three. So you take the caliber of the guns divided by three, that is usually what the HE penetration is. But for the Germans specifically, it is divided by two, which, as you might realize, can lead, like now, to some pretty broken German cruisers and stuff like that. Best case example is the mains.
Yeah.
That thing has some of the highest HE penetration in the game.
Sorry, audience. Making sure
But
that's fine. Low. Sorry, Chunks.
yeah,
Go ahead.
no, that's good. So that's the main reason why they're saying that they're thinking of taking it away, is because its HE penetration is just more devastating than what they had anticipated. Now, while also saying that, it is basically a York chassis, well, hull, with Nuremberg guns. So that's
Which,
another advantage it has.
yeah, but I'm not trying to interrupt you, Chunks, but here's my statement on it. Okay, yes, you're saying rapid fire gun. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
The annoying of the York ship's slope armor, if you play it right, can be an annoying ship. I agree. What I don't agree is the fact is we're talking about wargaming here. We're talking about a game company that just fucks around with anything that they say it's broken and they do the dumbest ideas of how to fix it. Like, for example,
Mm-hmm.
tanks, for example, audience, if anyone here knows tanks. Do you remember the French tanks? When they said, oh, their gun like is broken. We need this fixing. I'm trying to remember it myself because it was a long time ago. But yeah, they were like, these guns are broken. We need them nerfed and stuff like that so it can be balanced. And they're like, okay, let's nerf their armor. It's like we didn't ask for the armor nerf. We just asked to nerf the gun. And that's how I feel about this German cruiser. Because to me, well, Chunk's gonna say his argument in a minute. I'm being fair. And like I said, we're being friends and we both agree on these topics. But if you're going to have a German cruiser that's broken to so many people, why not just nerf the fucking Weimar and leave? I know why Chunk's going to say it, and I'm just going to let him say it right now. So go ahead.
Well, it's the point Fist is trying to get to is why nerf or why get rid of it when you can just nerf it. And I completely agree with that. I don't understand why you have to get rid of it in order to nerf it. But what Fist is saying is he wants them to nerf the guns in this case for like the HE penetration. But if they were to do that, since it has the same guns as like the mains, the Nuremberg, stuff like that, they'd have to then in turn nerf those.
And that's the biggest problem to me, though. And just to counterbalance that argument for people online and stuff like that, I get it, what he's saying, and I agree because they did that to the Dunkirk, and the Dunkirk, ugh. I mean, it's a good
Don't even
ship
get me started
still.
with that freaking new Tier 6 premium Dunkirk that they brought out. That still pisses me off.
Oh, we'll probably talk about that someday. If you want that to be reviewed, audience, just let me know. But honestly, I'm not looking
Don't
forward to
make him
that.
buy
But
it, please. Please, I beg of thee.
but we're not talking about that. We're talking about the major problem right here that we are talking about. And this is a huge problem. Okay, so what he's saying is yes, if you nerf the HE pen on the Weimar, not Weimar, Jesus, Weimar, you would be saying, okay, then fucking fine. It'd be like every German ship will get nerfed. Oh no, it's bad, so we have to remove it. Okay, wargaming. Why not just nerf and just only nerf the Weimar? Like, for fuck's sake. You can do that. It's your game. It's not like you're contracted to the German. Then, like, yeah, here's a boat here, comrade. Oh, by the way, for the Führer and the fatherland, you can only nerf it when you nerf everybody. Don't ask us. We're just doing it. It's your fucking game. Stop making bullshit lies to yourself, Wargaming, saying that we have to get rid of this boat because it's too powerful because we can't nerf it. Yes, you fucking can. Just nerf the Weimar. Don't touch Deutschland. Like, don't. Sorry, I had to get it out because I'm so sick and tired of the arguments of people saying, and like I said, I agree with Chunks because that's what Wargaming does. They did it with the Dunkirk and all that, and the Tier 7 of, I don't forgot what's the Tier 7 for the French? Was it
Jean Bart?
is it Jean Barc? I thought that's the premium one.
Jean Bart is premium, yeah.
No, yeah, but the one in the tech tree, because that's the whole reason
Oh,
why.
Richelieu.
Yeah, because of the Dunkirk, they nerfed that one as well. And it's like, that one didn't need to be nerfed. It's a tier 7. It needs its gun capabilities. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you love the boats, fine. I'm not saying anything bad, but they were better than the fucking update, in my opinion. And this is no exception. So, even though Chunks, I agree what he's saying, but I also don't agree at the fact that Wargaming, come on, this is your fucking game. You have nerfed so many vehicles in the time that piss people off, and you're telling me right now, Wargaming, that you're just not going to touch it because you're afraid to touch every German's. Just don't touch. I'm sorry. I'm getting way off topic. That just pisses me off so royally that they have to get rid of the boat because of this. And there's other reasons why I don't like this idea of getting rid of boats. But Chunks hasn't said anything in a while. I want him to have his opinion too.
Well, at the end of the day, ultimately, I do agree with you. I wholeheartedly 100% agree with you. I don't understand why they're getting rid of it. Now, one thing that me and you did talk about off camera that I do heavily agree with is they could be using it as a marketing scheme.
Yeah, and that's what I
Like,
was going to say
hey,
afterwards. Yeah.
look at it. It's going away. Buy it before it's gone. It might never come back. And then it
Yeah,
might be in a month or so, it's back.
Yeah,
Like
in
nothing
case
happened.
you guys don't know World of Tanks, I'll just complain. I'll just say the quick history of why I'm afraid of this. And this was the other topic I wanted to say. Let me grab another boat real quick so you guys can watch this. I'll pick the Primal. Is in World of Tanks, they have what we call in marketing thing a scare tactic buying. What it is, for anyone who doesn't know that term, is you only have a limited amount of time to buy it, otherwise it's gone either forever, like, the World of Tanks Nameless. Any World of Tank veteran knows that tank, or the otherwise, or they can come back as discounts, depending. But my point is, you have a gamble for 15 days. Now, like I said about World of Warships, as long as it's not a campaign ships, like if it's not like in the campaign, or it's not a special event like War K, Azura Lane, Godzilla versus Kong, those types of things, fine. I understand that you need to make your money because, again, licensing fee and all that. I'm just being honest here. I know I go shit on rating and talking about these things, but in the end of the day, I know how businesses work. They need to make their money to get licensing thing. That's what I kind of do in real life myself. But the problem is when they give you a month to do it, which a lot of people say that's not a lot of time, but to me, that feels okay because, again, yes, it sucks you're not going to have it, but it's better than World of Tanks that's like, oh, here's a special event going on. You still only get 15 days instead of 20 days or 30 days or 31 days, depending on what the month is, because it's always a monthly thing. Now, if it's a short month, you're fucked because if it's only 28 days, that's not as good as 31 days. Um, but I understand. But what I am fearing the most is they might do it to ships now. They might say any excuse saying, well, oh, let's just take, for example, Odin, for example, the free XP ship. Oh, this ship is broken because it has torpedoes and it's a Sean horse in tier 7. Oh, we must get rid of it. But we're giving you freaking 15 days to get this boat, otherwise it's gone forever. Do you see the problem? They're not doing it because also of players' interest, showing scare tactics and stuff. No, they're testing the waters to see how much they can get away with of seeing, okay, can I do this and how much can I get away with it before fans start complaining about it? And I'm starting to complain about it now. It may not happen, I don't know, but I've seen this tactic in wargaming. They're going to do this because they know they want to make money, and they know if people say like, "Oh, the why," sorry, I'm being speechless because I'm
Weimar.
so flustered. Thank you. Is like, "Oh, it's going away. But it's hard. It's a good ship, guys, really good. But we got to get it before it goes. Let's go get our wallets and stuff like." No, no, that's what they want you to do. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you want the boat, I get it because they're getting rid of it. But at the same time, they're seeing it works. And that's a big problem. And I just. You can go ahead, Chunks. I need a little bit of a breather after that.
You're gonna need a breather. Yeah. Like, the point that both me and Fist are trying to get at is we're not at each other's throat. We're not trying to be like, oh, well, this is what it is. This is what it is. We're just saying this is what we have seen in the past. Because I myself am a World of Tanks veteran. I've seen it done plenty of times before. It's why for a while I had to quit World of Tanks. I just couldn't take it anymore. But we've seen it done before. It's the exact same company that did it to us like the last 2 times. Who's to say that they're not going to do it again? And that's the whole point.
Exactly. And it just pisses me off because they know they're going to get away with it because they know the Weimar is a beautiful ship. And they know people are going to be like, well, they better get it before it's too late. It's like, I know. See, the problem is with people, I get it, that I can't control what you do. We all bought stupid shit. Believe me. I know. But I just don't want them to win. I don't want them to win this scare tactic bullshit that they're going to do. They claim that saying it's broken, but I disagree. I mean, yes, it has the highest HE pen, but it still dies like a normal fucking cruiser. It's not Jesus. It's not golf if you're German. It's like I don't understand why they considered fucking this boat being a huge. Sorry, guys, our chunks walked away and stuff like that. Um, but I mean, what else to talk about? I mean, I know I'm beating around the bush, but I wanted for you audience to sink in and how dangerous this is. This is beyond terrifying to me. Just the fact alone that they could take any boat in our game. And you have to understand too, the boats are like nearly $60 for pure tier 6. Tier 6, mind you. So, fucking, you gotta think, like, those are expensive prices. And they're like, oh, now we can try getting rid of them instead of keeping them out for years and years on end. Yes, I know wargaming won't get its value of money thing, but at the same time, it helps for the people. We, the people. We don't have time to buy everything wargaming has. Not many people do. And it's just sad to me that they might do this. And it pisses me off to high end that this might be a thing. And I don't want to keep saying it, but I want it to sink into everybody who's watching this. Like, think about this way. If you're going to spend something like, for example, a gun or a car, you want to make sure it damn well works. You don't want to, like, blindsidingly all that. You want to get what you are paying for. And in all these years, like, I'll never understand why wargaming can't let you have the vehicle for a week. Like, I just don't understand that to me to a point as a tank reviewer. Now, I get it, and a lot of tank reviewers will hate that because they can lose their job of doing World of Warships videos or World of Tanks videos and stuff like that. But at this point, with the amount of prices after prices after prices, it's just people just get fed up of people just paying money to something we don't know. And to be honest with you, as me as a tank reviewer for so many years and now trying to review boats a little bit, to me personally, audience, like I would be happy to know if you had an option to do that because the problem is with me being a boat reviewer for so many years, not boat reviewer, sorry, tank reviewer for so many years. Like, a lot of my things I say, and some things like Mighty Jingles, Quickie Baby, all these famous things, Sir Fosh, back in the day, and stuff like that. Like, they can give you information about the vehicle, they can give you, like, things about it, but the problem is, audience, is you can't really tell unless you play it, and that's the biggest problem I have with ships. And if unless you own the Weimar, I don't even have it yet. I just don't know what else to say about it, and it just pisses me off all these years.
Yeah, like honestly, I think the system with a week's trial that you can pay for with credits in game, like let's say, right, you go pay like 2 million credits because they're doing rentals for the legendary ships, right?
Right.
Why can't you just go to the store, right, for 2
Premiums.
million
Yeah.
credits, test drive it for a week before you decide anything?
And you're just not like you don't have to do any earnings or anything like that. You're just playing the boat to have a feel about it, saying like, yeah, I like
Yeah,
this. I'll put this
like
on
you
my
don't make
Christmas
money.
list.
Exactly, like, but you don't make money, but on the opposite end of the spectrum, you don't lose money.
Exactly. And that's why I don't understand that. I mean, it's such a really huge slap in the face for the Weimar. I mean, I'm really doing a
It's
pawn face, audience, while trying to play this game. Like, it's so, because I know what's going to happen. We already said what's going to happen, and I said it so many times when he was gone for a minute to try to sink in also that this is going to happen, because I know Wargaming. Wargaming's going to see, and they're going to be like, the marketing went up, and it's going to be like, oh wow, let's keep doing this to boats in the freaking premium store to increase our revenue of our stock market. And yes, Wargaming does have a stock market. I mean, you got to have some sort of connections and stuff to Microsoft and all that to play these damn things, let alone license to pay other things, believe me. And it's just they think of greed more than anything. See, this is what's breaking my heart, World of Warships. You had a good system. You had a good system for a while. Now, granted, I did not agree with everything with you, crates. Um, But my point is, you gave us options, you give us enough time, and any boat for any nation came out, you give us plenty of time for. That's what I loved about World of Warships than World of Tanks and all of them. They give us time. People on here don't, like I said, don't have enough money to do this stuff. Like, look at Chunks, for example. I'm not, please don't get in anything
oh
wrong with our
no,
Chunks.
I know exactly where you're going
Like, say,
with
say
this,
for
and I
example,
wholeheartedly believe people.
yeah, like, for example, if Chunks wants a tier 6 ship and he has two of them on the list, and they had that mechanic, he would have to sacrifice two of them to get one of the boats because, again, 60, well, in Canada, what is it, like 70, 80?
So so let's assume, right, both two tier sixes, right? Tier sixes are usually priced at around 12,500 gold. So that
Yep.
would mean I'd have to buy about 25,000 gold. Is how much I'd have to buy. Right.
Right. And then how much would that be?
You're looking at about 80, $100, 110.
Yeah. And you see what I mean, audience? If he wanted to do that, he can, because the ships in the nation tree, mind you, no, again, I'm not talking about specials, not talking about events, but I'm talking about standard ships. He can. He can just go to it and go like, oh wow, I'm just gonna get this and just be freaking like I can save time, save my money a job, pay everything I need to do, and I'll get it slowly. I might do it by the end of the Christmas, but hey, it'll be a hell of a Christmas gift at that time. That's my point. But if this mechanic stays around, people are not going to buy the latest ships every time. Because that's what's suffering World of Tanks right now. Because World of Tanks keep pumping out tanks like crazy between Cold War and, you know, other things like 15 days, you get them, and that's it. It's like not many people can do that, and that's what I hate about their marketing. And they're mostly why people want me to do tank reviews more, because they know ships are going to be around a lot longer than tanks. I expect that. But if they do that to ships, oh my god, do you know how many people would be mad about that? Nobody wants to pay that type of money to play this game, and nobody wants to sit around and have 15 days thinking about if they should buy their next lunch or buy a boat. I mean, I know there's some of you people out there will do that. Like, literally, do I sacrifice my lunch or do I get a boat? Or get my lunch and fuck the boat? Believe me, there's some people like
And
that.
please, if you do actually do that, get the lunch.
Exactly, but honestly, some people can say, like, oh, the lunch is, I can get it any time, I'll just get the boat. But that's what wargaming wants you to think. And I just let me just finish up this last cruiser here, and then we'll get to the final verdict, because I think I've said enough to like make people realize. And I just Citadel his ass. God, I love the tier 6 Japanese battleship.
Oh, the Nagato?
No, premium
Oh,
Ashitaka.
the oh Ashitaka? Yeah,
I just Citadel like
basically a Magi at tier 6.
yeah. Um. So chunks, since
Hmm.
usually in these reviews I always let the guests go first. So, what do you really think? I mean, obviously, we're not rating this audience, but we're going to give our final conclusion at the end. So, what do you think, Chunks, for our final conclusion for all this?
Conclusion on the ship or what they're doing to the ship?
Let's say both.
Okay. My final conclusion on the ship is it's not a bad ship. It's just not. What they did is they went took a York, which is I wouldn't say amazing, but it's a pretty decent cruiser. Then they took the Weimar, or the not the Weimar, the
Weinmark.
Nuremberg.
Oh, yeah.
Uh took the guns off of that, which everyone loved the guns on that,
Which,
and
hang on.
they combined them. So it's a pretty good ship. They went took two ships that are already pretty successful. They're pretty well received by the community, and they went and they're like, "Hey, this is the ship now. If you guys want it, you can buy it." But now on to what they're doing with the ship. I think it's a disgrace, legitimately. Every good thing that they have done with this game was effectively diminished by what they have just done. Because first, it's going to be the Weimar, right? Under the pretext of, well, it's not a good ship, right? Everyone keeps on complaining that it's broken, we didn't implement it correctly, so we all agree that it needs to be removed. But then what's the next ship? Next ship is it going to be the Atlanta? The Flint? Who knows? But they might use it as a reason to take away old ships, increase their revenue, and then when new ships come out that are practically the exact same ship as what they took away before, everyone's going to flock to them. Except this time it's going to be at an inflated price. Yes, because if I continue, I'm going to keep on getting mad at it. Because I
And
legitimately
you
think
should
this
have
is
a
probably the
right to be
worst
mad
thing.
at. And you should have a
Yeah.
right to be mad at it, because honestly, I'm just going to wrap it up with my thing. I think this is absolute bullshit. They could have done so many things to fix this boat. They could have nerfed. So I know what you're all going to say right now. Fury, if they nerf it, then I won't love it. Well, that's why you have commanders that can fix it. That's the difference between World of Tanks and I don't know why my game's having a stroke, but that's the difference between World of Tanks and World of Warships. I mean, yes, your commanders can fix in World of Tanks, but barely. But here, you could fix it tremendously with your off admirals. My point is, they can nerf it, we can fix it with buffs and stuff, and still keep the boat. But they won't. And it just pisses me off to no end that they are doing this. what Shunk said and what I say, and I'm gonna, like we're saying it until it sinks into all you audience to make wargaming fear of this comment. I'm afraid they're gonna keep doing it, like he said. We're gonna be seeing other boats like the Flint, the Atlanta, and all of them may be removed. Now, of course, all you're saying is like you probably one of those people that don't care. You're like, I have the boat Fury. Let it go. If the poor sucker didn't get it, so be it. No, you can't think like that. Because I understand you want to be special owning that boat. Believe me, nobody feels special than earning something that is not there. Like the skins, for example, for certain holiday events, or owning a boat out of a crate. We don't want to see nobody else that. Yeah, I want to feel special. But the truth of the value is, we are all fucking human beings on this earth. We all deserve fair deals of what the fuck we do. You guys, my lovely audience who are watching this, deserve a fair fucking deal. This is not a fair deal. And if they get away with this, this is going to happen a lot. Like I said, I'm saying it until I sink it in. Because they're doing this. This boat's leaving in, I don't know how many days until this video pops up, but we're doing this on a Sunday. But my point is, you have to understand people, and you need to fight back wargaming. Tell them, because you all have a voice, because apparently they're doing this because of everybody having a voice, right, Chunks? Like,
Yep.
everybody had a voice on this boat saying that it was so broken and stuff. If it's so broken and stuff, have a voice saying, wait a minute, wargaming, we didn't want you to fucking remove it, we want you to nerf it. Don't fucking get rid of the boat that we people want to pay in the future. And yes, you may have the boat and you don't care about this video, but maybe some people fucking do. And some people and think. And you know what? For those people that say that on this comments or whatever, honestly, you're going to have it coming back at you. Because one day you're going to not have enough money to get whatever boat comes out, and they're going to do the 15-day bullshit, and then you're going to be crying in a corner. And I'm not saying this to be mean, I'm saying it like a goddamn father figure. You're going to be crying in a corner, and you're going to be upset because you couldn't get it because they removed the year after year after year the ship's been there to this ridiculous bullshit motherfucking idea that they have of only having 15 days to have the boat. We all need a voice to wargaming right now. It's not just me doing this video. We all need a voice. Tell them to stop getting rid of boats. Stop making things only 15 days. We should have the right to earn money to get these things we want. Not just fucking time it and base it and be going like, boo hoo, you didn't get it, whatever. No, we should not have that. And what's next? They're going to be like, oh, it's in crates now. Open up a crate to get it. If you do that, wargaming, so fucking help me God.
They already have. Did you not remember with the Christmas crates?
No. Oh, yeah, you motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's what they did, remember? That's the only way that you could get the John Bart. They brought back. So, for those who don't know, there were Christmas crates that you could buy, and I think still can't buy. In these crates, you had a 0.05, I believe, or something like that, percent chance to get a super rare ship. And just
Basically,
a
what
bunch
he's
of other
basically, you
ones.
don't have to name them all, but basically, yeah, they've done that shit, but it just pisses me off to no end because everybody knows the crate system sucks. It sucks, okay? I got lucky with Godzilla that one day, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna instantly get something every time I open up a crate. Even what was it? The Massachusetts B?
Massachusetts. Yep,
Yeah.
Massachusetts Black.
The only way to guarantee to get that is to open 30 crates. Do you know how expensive that is?
Nope,
Like,
it wasn't a guarantee.
oh, it wasn't?
You
I
had to
thought.
go, you had to go buy every single other black ship and then buy 45 crates before it was a guarantee.
What the fuck?
That was the only way to get a guaranteed Massachusetts Black.
People, please. Please hear me out. Now, I get it. They have to do marketing. Please, I get it. You don't want your game to die, so they need to make marketing. I get it, guys. But this has got to stop. Give us the right to earn, buy, whatever. Don't fucking have an crate system. Don't fucking screw us over with 15 days. Sorry, I had to hit something because my
Yeah, no,
patience are
it's good.
very thin for this fucking developments. You are going into World Tanks round when I gave you praises in the beginning of my every World of Warship videos that I gave you praises that fucking that we should have an extended time. Like beyond extended time. There's a lot of boats I don't have, and I'm like sitting back, relaxing because I can get them anytime I want. I don't have to worry too much. I'll just get everything important done, and it'll be like, hey, Christmas time, I can just get a boat then. Now I'm scared. Now I'm legit scared, and you should be too, audience. Everybody's saying like hoo hurrah in other YouTube videos saying like it's going away, thank God, or other people having the same problems as I have. But the main problem nobody talks about is wargaming may be doing this more than ever now. People, for the love of God, fight this. Fight this. You all have a fucking voice. They obviously listened to you and they were like, oh, we'll get rid of the ship. Give a voice again saying that this is not cool. No matter what they say to you, no matter they say, oh, if we nerf it, then we have to nerf every German. That is bullshit, and you know it, Wargaming. You know that is fucking bullshit. You could take the boat, nerf it individually. You don't have to nerf every single German boat. You are beyond horseshit of what you're saying. And you want proof? World of Tanks, for example, you have a tier 6 Tiger and a tier 8 Tiger. You would think, oh, both 88s. Well, we can't touch that because they both have to be the same. No, tier 6 pens up to 108 millimeters. Tier 8 pens up to 172 if you're talking about Tiger 131. If you're talking about fully max Tiger, 208 pen. You see the problem here, people? They can do it. They can take a tier from that tank and be like, okay, let's just nerf this one. Don't fuck with anyone who's a tiger. But they won't. They come up with the excuse saying that this is got to be nerfed. We can't nerf it because we have to nerf every single boat. You are full of shit, Wargaming. And that is like beyond the stupidest lies I have ever heard in my entire life. I know Chunks tried to defend it a little bit saying that, but come on, Chunks, really. I want to hear your opinion. Do you think that's really bullshit? This is their game we're talking about here. Their motherfucking game.
Well, before I talk about that, I want to say a reminder that a lot of people have either forgotten or remembered with an absolute burning passion. We are talking about the same company who made a comment, right, about skins for ships. So, a while ago they released
Yeah,
some new
I know where he's going
skins
with
for
this, but
ships.
continue. Sorry, continue. I
So
know
they
I had
released
to
the
laugh.
new skins for ships during COVID, at the peak of the pandemic, which we're still in. Basically saying like, hey, we know that a lot of you guys lost this job, or lost your jobs. But look at these cool skins. Now I'm paraphrasing, obviously, they didn't exactly say this. But they said, but look at these cool skins that we just made. They only cost 2,000 gold per skin. Per skin. There was 4 of them.
Oh yeah, the Halloween was just as bad too.
Yeah. And they go and keep on doing that. They'll go and throw it in bundles now, but before they're like, hey, this is what we're gonna do. And people, rightfully so, were livid. Like, people lost their jobs, and they're like, oh, well, at least I can come home and, play World of Warships. Well, now there's a really cool skin that I want to get. Oh, let me just go buy it. It shouldn't be that expensive. 2,000 gold. That is like $10
Yeah. To
for a
Americans, it's
skin.
like like it's $69.99, but to them
Yes,
it's more.
whenever I say a price, it's going to be a price in Canadian because I'm Canadian.
Yeah,
So I'm going to
so
make it kind of relevant to me.
just not to confuse the Americans when they look at it, be like, hey, it's like $6.99
Wait
for
a
a
minute, you're
no,
over
no.
exaggerating.
Yeah, it's like no, he's Canada. Canada, remember, they double the price thing because American dollar is more valuable. But we're not going to get into
Yeah,
that topic. The way to keep it, audience, if you want to fight this in the next couple of days, is to convince wargaming that people will still want it. It just tell them to nerf it. Don't get rid of the boat because they're not going to listen to people's opinions. Obviously, they're only going to listen to their wallet. And if they hear enough people talking about their wallets, then they're going to have to make a compromise to where they could keep it, but do something to the boat. Now, that's a better thing than getting rid of it completely. At this point, I just want it to be saved. I really do, but it's obviously not. And it's pretty sad for anyone who doesn't have that boat because I don't have it yet, but I might have to. And I really don't want to support it. But if they're getting rid of it completely and they're doing crates, I'm sorry, I may want to get it because I don't want to do crate bullshit. And I may be wrong. Maybe I'll have a slap in the back where they say they'll give it out for free XP someday. Who knows? Maybe. But at this point, I'm just giving out the conclusion that this is shit. This whole thing's shit. Wargaming, watch your ass because people should be going completely fired on you. I know it's okay, to be fair for Wargaming real quick before I end the video too. I get it that they're going to say it's going to be hard because there's two people that want to get rid of it and then there's people that do. You're not going to please everybody in this, obviously. There's no point about it. However, as a marketing standpoint that's trying to keep their products in and earn the trust of the community, I say fuck the people that are like happy that it's gone. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know it's a broken cruiser to some people. There's tons and tons of videos on it. But for a marketing standpoint and trying to gain the trust more, I mean, you even gain my trust a little bit with ships. I say keep the damn boat and nerf it a little bit, but only the fucking boat. So, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, Chunks, for being here. I know this was a long rant, but I had to let it out. I know what they're doing, and it's pissing me off. And it pissed off Chunks. It's pissing off everybody. I don't know, maybe not everybody. Like I said, there's some people that want it removed because of how broken it is, but at the same time, this is not the way to go. Wargaming, you are fucking up beyond belief. Again, it seems like a pattern with them. They just fuck up one thing and then get better with the next thing. Fuck up the one thing and it's like, stop it. So, thank you, Chunks. Thank you, Thing.
yep,
And I'll
thanks for
see
having
you.
me.
Yep. And I'll see you, comrades, in the next video. What a way to start off a new year. All right. See you guys.
And the Jedi Rebellion has been foiled.
What's happened?
They're talking about getting rid of the Weimar.
Overthrow the Senate.
And the remaining Jedi will be hunted down and defeated. In order to ensure the security and continuing stability, the Republic will be reorganized into the First Galactic Empire for a safe and secure society.
So this is how liberty dies.
1.
Butters.
Greet. Starting again.
Why? That was perfect.